spotlight on Saturday as a guided tour placed their cultural and economic value at the forefront of World Tourism Day 2025 celebrations. The visits drew attention to the role of arts in repositioning the Southeast as a destination for history and creativity. The tour was organized by the Federation of Tourism Association of Nigeria, FTAN, in partnership with the Enugu State Ministry of Culture and Tourism and the Nigerian Institute of Tourism and Hospitality, NITO. Setting the agenda, FTAN Vice President Southeast Zone, Mr. Wilson Uche, explained the choice of this year's theme and outlined how the association intends to translate the tour into tangible growth for the sector.
About the role of art in boosting tourism is Mr. Wilson Uche, Vice President of Federation of Tourism Associations of Nigeria, Southeast Zone. You're welcome on the program, Mr. Wilson.
Thank you very much.
Good to have you here.
My pleasure.
Hope you're well rested, because I know what we went through on Saturday.
I had to put off my phone to be able to rest, and then calls were just coming.
Very, very, very important.
Thank you very much.
So we visited major art galleries on Saturday here in Enugu State to mark World Tourism Day. Why did we do that? As the vice president, you were the one that championed everything. You told us this is where we'll go to, this is where we'll go to.
All right.
So why did we do that? Why did we visit art galleries in Enugu to mark World Tourism Day?
All right. Thank you very much. For us in FTAN, that is Federation of Tourism Associations of Nigeria, we are the body that takes care of practitioners. Everybody who is a practitioner, we take care of him, or we try to protect their interest. But then at every given time, people have not paid interest to the work of art, like sculpture and all that, paintings and all of that. So we felt that we should use the World Tourism Day to be able to draw attention to that specific aspect of tourism, which of course has very important role to play. So before now, we know that those people, most of them, some of them have their works done by themselves, not like anybody supporting them. That's an area, you know, that there's not strong government presence in what they are doing, basically in the policy areas. So basically we decided that these guys, maybe they spend time, even sleepless night, finish their work. And sometimes, because in this part of the world, people rarely appreciate the work of art. So you find out that somebody would have completed a particular job, and then for years, it's hung somewhere looking for someone. So we want to pay attention, give them exposure, and then also encourage people to start appreciating. Go artworks, buy them, hang them in your house, in your offices, and in your places that you would want to do this thing. We also wanted to create awareness that some of our hotels, our accommodations should have designs of artwork hung across it. So that was why we paid attention to that.
Oh, very beautiful. As we toured galleries on Saturday, we saw that there were potentials in artists, young artists in Enugu. We saw what happened at Empty Gallery. We saw Bona Art Gallery. I mean, it was an amazing
an IMT gallery as well.
Yes, exactly. And even
Center for Memories. Yeah.
What is FTAN doing currently to support local artists?
We started with this expo.
Okay.
Like, of course, you can see that within these few days, there has been some level of attention given to them. Okay. Because one thing is for you to have your work of art. Another thing is for you to have a platform through which you are able to expose your work, because of course they ought to be appreciated, whether in monetary terms or even acknowledgements and all of that. So what we did is that we've been able to use the World Tourism Day to highlight the importance of work of art, especially in where we stay. Now we expect that there's going to be a bit of increased appreciation. People will now begin to look at these things and begin to appreciate it more. That is one thing we can do from FTAN. Another thing is also to create platforms. We are going to be organizing events, especially art exhibitions, so that they will be able to have opportunity or platforms for their destiny. Because we are the medium between the government and the private practitioners. We are going to play our role critically. I've been in touch with commissioners of the the 5 southeastern states, and we've been talking. So ours is to ensure that we get government to begin to see life in what they do. We also have art events, like yesterday, that day before yesterday, while we were celebrating World Tourism Day, we also had this guy that does what we call Doski Art Quests. We hope to expand on that. Ours is to ensure that we create the enabling environment, the platforms for these things to thrive and for people to also appreciate it.
Yeah, with everything you've been saying, I think you've hinted heavily on spotlighting, art as an important part of tourism. What's a gap? What are the challenges, would you say, is in that sector that is the reason we do not, what's the word? Is the reason we do not put it out there, if I say it like that. Is the reason because we went around on Saturday to major art galleries, like you said. I didn't even know there was Bonner Art Gallery. I mean, when I got in there, I saw something very amazing.
Yeah,
and I was like, wow, we have something like this. You know that we have, that there's a gap.
Yeah,
there's a gap.
Sure.
What's the association doing about it? And what would you say is the reason for this gap?
Let me start from telling you that our people are very religious set of people. And the truth about it is that there are also prejudice towards these things. I remember while growing up, my dad used to have some marks around the house that we used to decorate the house. And then at some point, I think somebody came to our house and was like, these things are demonic, all of that. And then even myself, I started seeing it as being demonic.
Yeah.
I woke up at night. Before now, it doesn't used to frighten me. But because somebody said it, that impression, it left an impression in me. And then I started having issues with it. And of course, at some point in our life, they were all destroyed. And then again, I am saying that in why we are doing it, we should be able to draw the line between things, because for God to have imputed in someone to make an art, it is an art. What it means is that it is a representation of someone's imagination, creativity. So it's most times it's not diabolic. I know that there are aspects that, of course, has a bit of diabolic there's an attachment to it. But beyond those ones, there are ones that actually, like somebody was talking about Sambisa, the painting that is called Sambisa Forest. And then he said that he was actually drawn to do this in order to draw attention to the plights of Chibok girls. So you can imagine that every work of art has its explanation. There's a mindset behind it. There's an ideology behind it. There's a message it ought to pass. So most times when people cannot communicate verbally, they will be able to do it by work of art. Like you hear the Otiba. When you go to New Market, you will see the coal miners' status. It also reminds us that in the history of this country, the first revolution was done by the coal miners, and that actually led to the struggle for independence. And that reminds us, any generation that comes, they may not probably have first-hand information about it, but the work of art preserves that history. So we need to come to that point. I think one of the challenges is for us to remove those prejudices and be able to see the work of art as not being the way it is painted to be. Secondly, there has to be special funds created to assist these people. Some of the materials used are very expensive. So we need to also support them by creating funds, special funds, especially from the government angle. Provide funds to be able to cater for this. And even if they are to be giving grants, if they are to be giving loans, give them without much interest attached to it. So encourage them to do their work. Lastly, some of these artwork can actually be acquired by individuals, good-spirited individuals. I know there's a particular painting that has been sold for over $1 million. But these are things, artifacts. These are things that are taken away from here, taken abroad, and placed in a flax. And people pay so much to go and see them. Look at Ibuku art, this thing. If you go to British Museum, those things are lying there. But these are things, crafts, art that our people produced here. But we didn't appreciate it. But somebody here took them and took to foreign museum. And now we also go there, pay money. We even pay for flights, accommodation, and every other thing, just to go things that we are taking from here. So we can create enabling opportunities for these things properly appreciated. If it means government having to create museums where if you do a good job, maybe competition, and then you are paid, those works will be taken to those places.
Yeah, Mr. Wilson, let me come in there. Our time is fast.
Yes.
Now, having seen these galleries and the engagement on Saturday, what's your vision for tourism in Nigeria, especially in the Southwest? What should we expect from FTAN going forward? Please, in 10 seconds.
Thank you very much. One thing you know is that there is this perception when it comes to Southeast, insecurity and all of that. That is what we hope to address, encourage our people to begin to see themselves in the best light, because you cannot sell what you yourself cannot appreciate. So we are going to ensure that we put Southeast in the map through tourism. We ensure that we rebrand and reimagine Southeast in a better light.
Thank you so much, Mr. Wilson, for joining us today. And I want to say well done. Well done.
Thank you very much.
And that's all on the news today. Many thanks for staying with us. Do not forget to follow us on social media platforms at Afia TV official. I'm Marvelous Apuamaga. Many thanks for watching.